President Buhari has spent barely a year into his second term in office. As issues of 2023 are already creeping up in the polity, subtle campaigns for 2023 presidency and the agitation for presidency to move either to the southwestern or the southeastern regions of Nigeria. And this has already begun. Nigeria's political history has witnessed the regional north being the dominant political group, taking the largest chunk of presidential leadership since independence. It could be argued that should the southeast be trusted with the presidential office, especially considering the passion and high level of renewed secession of new Biafra agitation among young Igbo in the southeast, with genuine fears of Igbo marginalization. And what sense of belonging can ever be surpassing the joy of a Nigerian president from the southeast in 2023? The South also seems to be interested in the position of the presidency on the premise that its son, President Goodluck Jonathan, was not given the opportunity to serve for 2 terms like others. The Southeast zone becomes the only zone in the southern region of Nigeria that is yet to produce a president. Whenever the issue of presidency of Igbo extraction comes up, it becomes difficult to decide whether the Southeast wants Igbo presidency, restructuring, or Biafra. This will be our focus today on this episode of The Patriot on Television Nigeria. Welcome to The Patriot, a platform where we discuss issues of national importance and the concept of how much of a country we love. I am Peggy Shandy.
Country. So goes the opening lines of the 6-line National Pledge of Nigeria. Today, not a few, whether young or old, merely recite the National Pledge as a matter of routine or tradition, with their hearts being poles apart from the very spirit, creed, and essence of the pledge. Many simply do not understand its purport or feel the import of it, while many others choose to observe the pledge in breach only. Today we have decided to walk on the footpath of the very words of the National Pledge, keeping its vision and essence in our hearts, in our souls, and in our minds.
I pledge to Nigeria, my country,
to be faithful,
loyal, and honest,
to serve Nigeria with all my strength,
to defend her unity,
and uphold her honor and glory.
So help me God. Nigeria, no doubt, will truly be the giant of Africa, developed and well rated in all indices, if her national pledge is treated with sacred obedience. It's on us, it's our duty and responsibility to make this country a better place. Let's live the pledge.
Welcome back. This is The Patriot on Television Nigerian, and our guest in the studio is Prince Benedict Onyeunyi, political analyst. He is a human rights activist. He is an inspirator, a motivational speaker, and he is popularly known as the one-hand general. He is also a political activist and analyst. He is also a motivational speaker who has traveled around the world and given motivation talks. Please, I'd like to welcome Prince to the Patriot. Prince, I welcome you to the Patriot.
Pleasure's mine, thank you.
Thank you very much. You're looking very hot today.
Thank you.
With your bowler hat and everything, you're looking good.
It's God himself.
Thank you very much. Can we just get talking now? Thank you very much. All right. You are from the southeast extraction of Nigeria. And it is also very obvious that looking at your activities, you have done quite a lot around the world. You've supported quite a number of agitations around the world. We also heard that you celebrated Obama right here in Nigeria. Yeah. And Obama knows you. Exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Before we get into those details, can you please tell us something about zoning? What is zoning in your own views, and the rotational presidency, which is the zoning thing they're talking about? What participation do you think engaging zoning is solving a problem in politics? What particularly is the zoning going to be addressing in solving the problem in politics?
Thank you very much, Nigerians. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
The matter you just raised, zoning. You see, zoning had been there since Nigeria, got back its democracy, 1999, when Obasanjo took over. And it was, at the act of zoning that the West was given this concession. And that was why the person of His Excellency President Olusegun Obasanjo took over power as at then, And if you can recall, the North has always been, and we are asking if it has always been that way. The Southeast, have not gotten its position. So when the 1999 came, and then the Southwest took their turn, then followed by the North, that came in before the South came in. I want to, open up that discussion. You see, the Southwest, they have done 11 years. Okay. They have done years in that position, you see. And the South, they've done 6+. And in respect of His Excellency President Goodluck Jonathan, that we respect, he's done 6 years plus. And then if you talk about the Igbos or the Southeasterners, I can remember that of His Excellency blessed memory, 6 months. I don't know how you can comprehend. I don't know how Nigerians will see this. You understand? And I don't know how the whole world will get to understand where you have a state, a country, a nation. You understand? Democratic that is under democracy, and then when all the regions are not well represented in leadership circle, and equal, some are just equal. They're not equal, and now that the opportunity has come, for the Southeast, to take the matter of leadership for 2023, it is right. It is the right time for us. It is the right time for us to call for it, because 45 years for the North, which is understandable. They've had a lot juicy times. You understand? And Nigeria has been where it used to be, and even getting worse. You see, the West have done theirs, and then the South have done theirs. And now the North is still, if the president stays up till May 2023, then the 45 years of their presidency, has taken a whole lot of time for leadership in this country. So I think it's understandable when you say the zoning now is being shifted to the southeast. It's very understandable, and Nigerians will understand, yes, that it is actually time. So no region should be seen, or no particular person in any order should be seen at this moment, if not people from the southeast, specifically, that will be, jostling for this presidential
Okay, that's a very, thank you very much. I was just asking you, what is zoning? And what in particular is this zoning doing in solving a problem in politics?
Okay, yeah. Zoning is
What problem does it solve?
Zoning is all about one particular leadership to another leadership, and from another leadership to another leadership, as regards to regional and then politics, or let's say zones. From particular
political zone that is cutting across.
That is, yes, rotational.
Moving to
from the north to the south, from the south to the west, from the west to the east.
Yeah.
That is what zone represents. But if you come to your question,
what does it solve?
What has it solved?
No, what does it solve?
Yeah,
if we have to implement zoning.
What zone solves?
Yeah.
As leadership concerned, is making every other region to feel, equal with others, irrespective of how well or how long. You understand?
Yeah.
Those positions have been handled. Yeah. So the manner at which, you understand, the zoning you're asking comes now is that the benefit of zoning is to make every other region
equal participation
for them to know that they belong to the total entity as members of that particular
not some people more than
not some people more than.
So is that what zoning solves?
Yes, that's what it solves. Yes.
Okay, but zoning is not actually put in the constitution yet. It is just, so it was institutionalized from 1999 from the PDP when it got into power from the democratic system.
You see, if you call PDP now, you're deviated from actually what the entire nation, Nigeria, you understand, have put in perspective. Because during the time, the 1999, it was as if the entire nation agreed that it is time to give the zone, southwest zone, leadership, because over time, backwards, it has been zoned. Let me remind you, it has been from the existence of democracy in this country that power shifts from the north to the south. I want you to understand that. And I want you to know that the result of 1999's concession to His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo is as a result of the death of the former business mogul Abiola, who died. It's as a result of that the people,
there has been
it has been, in existence,
or to give power to.
Yes, so it is the right for them to have taken the decision to give the Southwest the leadership as at then. Yes.
Thank you very much, the Prince.
Thank you very much.
This is becoming very heated here. Yeah, but I just wanted to understand the concept of zoning so that we can go further. Okay. All right, I wanted to understand that since independence, the power has predominantly been in the north. Now, if you said there was zoning, then power has predominantly been in the north. Your listeners are keenly listening to you. They also want to you to throw light on these discussions as we go on. But it looks like there is still much progress, within the northern region. What then is the justification for the agitation for a rotation of power?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You see, I want to make this categorically clear.
Yeah.
In a nation or a country where you have three brothers, and then one decides to, eat large portion of food, and constantly always. Meanwhile, the parents, as they are watching at the children, how they feel. Definitely as a father and a mother, let's put that if it concerns the family, we'll notice the kind of feelings the other children will have. Okay, let's say that God is superimposing on this country right now, and then we have, 3 brothers from 3 different zones. Okay, now the other brother, you understand, has been eating fat.
Yes.
The other brother has been celebrating from the brother eating fat,
Yeah.
and then the other ones that pellets from the table drops
Yes.
on the floor for him to scrabble to eat from, will not just to be happy. They will be feeling that, you see, he will be feeling that. Is he not among equals among these peers? He will be feeling bad. Even, I want you to note this, that he who has been marginalized and felt bad several years of things not given to him, and you will find out that that person would have grown over years with the sense of knowing that things of that nature, when it comes, it will be handled properly. I want you to know that. Go into business. If you know people who have done business, out of suffering comes a better, development in business, and so many others. You see, when things are fought through hardship, tin, thick, nails, and others, when it is given, the benefits of that will be felt among every other person. So I want you to get that noted. So what it will benefit all Nigerians is this. I don't know the mindset of our brothers in the north, those we cherish so much. We cherish them so much. We don't know the mindset of our brothers in the southwest. They know that we are industrial base of the nation. We are the people who grew up things from nothing. You understand, to things that marvels.
Are you from
all
the
over the
Are
world.
you from the southeast?
I am from the southeast.
I'm a proud one for that matter.
I'm a proud one. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And because I have helped to improve people's lives, both on their psyche, both on their products or whatever they want to do, both on on education and in different angles. I'm a person. I feel very free with my northern friends and northern brothers, and I do business well with them. We enjoy cordial relationships.
Do you speak the language in the north?
I speak some part of language of the north, and I cannot beat my chest to say that I am very perfect.
But you're making a lot of good efforts,
and I am doing I am making sure that my relationships with them, even in my character and my behavior every day, it has already proven. You understand that the kind of person I am, that even if I'm given the opportunity, I can make the president of this country. After all, the not too young wrong bill was passed, just recently. Who tells Nigerians that I cannot be a president? Yes. But it's not what I'm asking for. What I'm looking at now is for a Nigerian from the southeast to make the presidency. And I believe you, and I want to shock Nigerians. This country, Nigeria, will turn to Dubai overnight. I tell you, because if you look all over the world, you find Nigerians as industrialists. You find them in Lagos State.
Who are those people?
We are the one empowering them, the Southeasterners, the Igbos.
They're all over the world.
They are all over the world. We empower, wherever we go to, we make sure that we open up businesses. We build up houses. You understand? We make places look like ours. And then we enjoy the cordial relationship with the people that we are inhabiting their places. And I want you to note that in sometime that was passed in this constitutional amendment, that wherever you are and you're over 10, 20 years, already you're a citizen of that place. And I want Nigerians to go back and start thinking along that same line, that wherever you are, doesn't make you a different person from that entity. Because while we're in this same country and while we are together in unity, as they say, one nation, one people, it is that we go to everywhere and we are accepted. We are permissible. We are people that are, loved by every other person. But it is the greed that brings segregation, detachment of my body and yours, and then the difference of psyche of whatever we want to believe or do, or even leadership. That is why you see
3 brothers.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prince. I appreciate you for this analogies you're giving here. 3 brothers. and one decides to eat more than the other, and decides to eat the largest portion of the food, and the other one is not feeling very happy about it, that analogy is very deep. And I must appreciate you so well for that analogy. It is very deep, deeper than what you thought.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, the Prince. And so you are saying that because the Southeasterners, wherever they go, they are actually changers. They change things. They live there like they own the place.
Yes.
And then that if you give you the opportunity, Prince, you sitting here, the opportunity because of the not too young bill that was passed, you will do good as a president. By the way, you're going to turn this whole Nigeria into a Los Angeles of the United States of Africa.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, of course.
I appreciate you very well. Thank you. Now that takes us to the very important question, which is Southeast Presidency. I know the agitations, we have been interacting with people, we have been hearing, and we also studied on the news and everything. What is the region basing their demands on? Southeast, we're talking about. Is it marginalization, or is it that the present administration has not, or the past, has not been able to give appointments enough? Or what exactly? Can you just bring what do you want that you're basing your agitation to the table?
First of all, Mr. Peggy Shangi,
Yes.
I want to tell you that, you see, leadership is transcend. Like we say, after this leader, this other leader, after this other leader, this other leader. It makes a home stable, peaceful. They say, when those who pray together and dine together, they live together. So if actually, irrespective of our religious circles, irrespective of our tribes, if we believe that what is good for the goose is good for the gander,
That's right.
then I think Nigeria unanimously will still believe that it's oneness in all of us. That is the spirit. Now, the agitation.
Yeah.
If you look at the present administration,
Yes.
the present government that we are in, yes, but a few, that some of the ministers were appointed from these regions. But I want you to draw the list and find out what is happening. Predominantly north. Even the southwest are just getting the little bulk of the position. I'm talking about ministerial positions. Now, the service chiefs. Where in the world, which government of this world have you seen that people from every other state and capitals have never represented in the service chiefs in everywhere of this world? It is only in this country, only in Nigeria, that we find that other regions are not represented in this as service chiefs.
Oh, what are you saying that?
As a service, the entire numbers of the people who are actually holding high positions, the MDs and ministries,
Okay.
and name them,
Okay.
they are predominantly north. And when I say north, it's not even all about the north. Some sections of the north, some tribal region of the north, the Fulanese. I want you to understand that, you see, in the country that we are in, since the inception of the country, since 1960, nothing like this has ever happened. And Nigerians, or Nigeria, I want to tell you, God is in this country, it would have torn apart. It's just because the leaders of the people who have seen themselves marginalized have been calming us down, have been calming the entire region, the entire people down. That is why you see the forces that is coming from the division of some of these people that call themselves Oduduwa, that call themselves IPOB, that call themselves, name them. They want to break away from this country. The reason, the only reason, the utmost reason, and the highest, peak of it is that they are not represented. They are not taken as human beings in this enclave, Nigeria.
Okay.
They have a name they call it, but it is not for me. And a gentleman like me who believes in this country, who knows how I have suffered in this country, politically and otherwise, both to raise people and to get myself where I am. I myself will not get this country down. Rather, I want to join the colleagues and collective views of matured and very, very professional Nigerians to make a better leadership of this country. I want to contribute towards saying that this and these are the kind of people needed now to be the president of this country.
Now the question is this. Thank you very much, Prince. The question is that, is it only appointments? If for instance you are the president,
not only appointment. Let me take you there.
No. I want to ask you.
Let me take you there. It is not only about appointments.
So, but is it wrong?
Now, if you look at what development is all about, if you look at what we call manpower, if you look at what we call generational increase in manufacturing, industries and others, you find out that so many things from the middle belt down to the south are grounded. You don't have good roads at all, let me tell you. You feel pity for these people.
Is it not even...
It is completely out of...
See, don't they have efforts? Efforts are going on already, and they're trying to make sure that they rehabilitate this road.
I want to ask you, what are the efforts being made? If you
the
are
Chinese loans that are coming in to make sure...
Where are these loans going? I just heard recently, and I don't want to be quoted, that some of the loans that we collect are going into individuals' pockets. We are going into government pockets.
How can you prove
that? Because it has been in the social media, people are already saying it. It will not come from me. But I know that most of the things that we are talking about concerning development...
The National Assembly is also probing them to be able to know. So
we were here some time ago, we were talking about corruption, and you find out that so many wrong things have happened in all these facets. So even in many things like that. Our roads are bad. Infrastructures in the airport are just gradually, minimally. We are talking about high speed. All we need, you see, we are not bringing foreigners here. Sometimes I brought foreigners here because of the bandits in the north and everywhere, because they came to this country, to the north, because of the fear of their life not being taken. They left this country, and that is why we are seeing things not working in this country. Everything in this country, let me tell you, absolutely is going down instead of coming up. Manufacturing industries are going down. Even if you talk of agriculture, you are supposed to have better incentives to get our agriculture running. It is not just when one particular farmer who has a name will come and bring up this and say he's monopolizing the market. What he brings and sells is what we'll buy. Meanwhile, there are lots of thousands of people who come out of universities, but nobody cares about how the loan schemes. Yes, Mr. President, yes, has come out with certain things like youth whatever, and some of these
youth
youth empowerment program, something scheme like that. But I ask you, is it done with human face? Those monies that we are talking about, how many youths have they gotten into to their pockets or into their bank?
Quite a number
for them to. I want you to.
Can you give all the youth at once?
I want to tell you this. By the time you have the numbers of population of those who will impact on the others who are expecting and believing that if this person is okay, that they will be able to get their own establishment. But when you don't get that trickles down, you understand, to chunk of number of populations, then you know that such things is not really working. I want to tell you, it is either they are not checkmated, or it's either that the monies are being diverted, or it's either that some people are stampeding on the money, or they are looting it for something else.
But in any case, the program is benefiting certain number of people.
If there are people it's benefiting, they should say it. They should come.
There are quite a lot of people.
If during the time of Jonathan,
even in my family, I must be very honest with you.
Okay.
Even in my family, there are quite a lot of people who have benefited from this youth program, especially the youth program called Empower.
Okay, Empower.
The Empower has actually affected quite a lot of people. It could have also been the reason what led to the second coming of President Buhari, because everybody gathered themselves. They also mobilized monies together, and they went and voted him. for whatever reason, that program, it could be debated that something better could be done. But to say that didn't work, that's not correct. And I also want to address the other issue, which is very, very important, that if you were made the president and you come from a geographical location, is it wrong that you're going to make appointments from your geographical location, considering also the fact that the Southeast has not got to be president in a very long time? 45 years, 11 years, 7.5 years, and 6 months.
6 months.
You mentioned that.
Yes.
So are you not going to think that you are also going to engage appointments in your zone to level up the number of times that you didn't get?
Let me get back to what
So
you
what
said.
is wrong if President Buhari decides that he was going to give appointments from his northeastern zone?
I'll get that answered. Now, let me tell you, you said empower youth, empowerment. The chunk of youths, let me tell you, they are listening, they are watching.
Yes.
The numbers of youths that were empowered in this particular area. If you check the percentage, I bet you can't get 5%. I want to tell you, we are looking at what will make Nigerian youths, millions of them, many of them, who disturbs us daily basis of ordinarily food on their table in the morning, afternoon, and night. What stops the federal government? If you say you are empowering the youths, let it go trickle down. Let me tell you, for you to make Nigerians happy, for you to become a very good leader, you start from the grassroots. If every grassroots area, let's take for instance, if the empowerment gets to a local government councillor who disburses and makes sure that such disbursements of funds are very well utilized,
It will get to the
it will get to other people. Because whatever you think you are doing with such money to get produced will get to me, who want to be a patronizer, who wants to be an end user, or who wants to be a brand, a different brand with you, or who wants to export. I'm telling you this: when you don't see these things happening, if you go to the streets, I want you. You just said something about large number of Nigerian youths have benefited. I want you to call them, go to the streets, make interviews among Nigerian youths, and let them tell you how many of them have been able to benefit, and say and beat their chest to say yes, that such monies either they have gotten or whatever that is being given to them, you understand, has helped them in any way. Because if it does, I tell you, have I said that His Excellency and Mr. President have not been doing well in that regard? But I say that monies or such incentives are not properly utilized. It's either they were not given to, or it's either is diverted, or either something else have happened. This is what I've said. Now, coming to, if I am made the president, whether I can send representations, you understand, from my zone. Let me tell you something. They say, give what belongs to Caesar, and what belongs to God. Now, they say, if you must go to APT, what do you go with? Clean hands. They say whoever lives in a glass house must know what? Not to throw stones. They say that anybody who wants to eat with the king or dine with the you must wash your hands properly. Now, I want to bring, why I gave you all this analogy, these adages, is this. If you know that you must get to leadership, and the very first offensive is that some other person says that you abandon them, if that starts, your leadership is going somewhere else. Then you become a leader with questionable characters. Somebody who has to lead must show with example. You must not satisfy everybody, yes. But you must make representation that averagely covers 70% of the entire zone, to make sure that nobody says they are defranchised or they are removed from what actually should be amongst what they should.
So you are saying now that if you are given the opportunity, you are not going to appoint people from your zone?
If people from my zone are supposed to be 2, it should remain 2. If people from the southwest say to be 5, it should be 5. And what we are talking about here is representation, making sure that every zone,
federal character.
Yes, in the federal character.
Thank
and
you.
that is why I'm even seeing it that this government, as it stands today, is not a government to reckon
No,
because
we're going to take a very short break.
The federal character has never represented.
We're going to take a very short break.
Yes.
We're going to take a short break, and Prince, we're going to come back to you.
Yes.
We want to know because Maman Daura made a statement, and that statement is hinged on competence. We're going to take a very short break, all right? And when we come back, we'll deal with that, all right? Thank you. We're going to take a very short break. And when we return, we are going to be dealing with the statement that Maman Daura made, that the presidency come 2023 is not about zoning, but it should be anchored on competence. Please, don't go away. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. This is the Patriot on television, Nigerian. Recall that President Muhammadu Buhari's nephew, Malam Maman Daura, for the 2023 presidency to be based on competence rather than zoning, has refreshed the nationwide clamor for power shift and restructuring. The comment has since generated a wave of rebuttal by traditional advocates of power shift. The concept of zoning and rotation of the nation's presidency, adopted in the Nigerian polity, arose from the constitution of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, which enjoins the party to ensure equitable distribution of political offices in order to give every section of the country a sense of belonging. The General, you heard Maman Daura saying that it shouldn't be zoning necessarily, but it should be based on competence. How will you address the issue of competence against zoning right now?
I take, such comments, if it was coming from the leadership cadre, I will say such comments will hold water. I don't see Maman Daura, representing the views, collective views of Nigerians, both from the north or the south, as the case may be. I don't see his views as important. But for the fact that he has made such statement, I want to let him know this. It is not at the time Nigerians are saying it's the time to zone the Southeast presidency that competency comes in. Is he saying that the Southeasterners are not competent? What gave him that impetus or the moral standing to be in the office where he is today? It is out of what the Southeasterners had brought to the table that made him to wisen up, to feel that he wants to be amongst the leaders. If there is no Igbo, I don't think Nigeria will be seen as one. I'm telling you this. Igbos, like I told you from the onset of this program, I said Igbos are almost everywhere in the world.
Is it only Igbos?
Wherever
is it only Igbos?
The Southeasterners.
Is it only Igbos that make the Southeast region?
No, it is not. Yeah. It is not only the Igbos. We have all the brother and sister, states, which ordinarily made up the South, and so which all of us together collectively are having one mind, and that is why I doff my cap for all of them. Right. The same page we are going, the same page they are all going. You understand? And I want to put this why you said competency. Competency is used for those who are competent. That is my word. If you are not competent, you don't use the word competency. Now, are you telling me that the entire race of the Southeast that are celebrated all over the world in areas in different professionalism, that you bring competency to the table? I don't want to go to that area. It is left for Igbos and for the middle belt and those from the south to answer him. Competency in presidency at this time, we are talking about rotational change of leadership. Such statement can ignite a lot of things, and I want you to retract it. Because if you talk of competency, you cannot. Why didn't you bring competency when it was 2019? If you have brought competency then I will have known or will have thought of what His Excellency Buhari will have replied him. But why should he bring competency? Is it a fear of the unknown that is worrying him, that he's talking about competency? Is he telling us that he's going to place somebody for Nigeria in 2023 to rule us? We are talking about this country is bastardized, and if we are not able to bring this country back to the youth, the way the country and how it is seen, then that means we are in trouble. So we can never allow anybody, conscience or whoever it is, to dictate for us, who, especially to the various millions of Nigerian youths who are today tired of the leadership of this country because of corruption. Because of corruption cases. And I don't think anybody would decide for us who comes to become the leader of this country 2023. I tell you, there are governors in the Southeast, you understand, who are competent enough. These people are people who, with their professional IQ, with their maturity assessment and level, they handle things. Let me tell you, I beat my chest to tell you that there is a governor in the Southeast. I must mention the governor of Enugu State is handling the issue of that state and the Southeast with a very matured instinct. That man is somebody that every Nigerian should look at. Okay, his best is yet to come.
Thank you.
Nobody has even noticed. And other governors. Yes, you're not governors. We are not disclaiming other people from other party. You understand? Which we have seen.
But there are governors in the Southeast that is capable.
They are capable. Not to talk of
competent.
Not to talk of internationally. We have people. We have people in the Senate. We have our brother like the Senator and the rest.
Yes,
there are a lot of competent Nigerians that can turn Nigeria to Dubai in the next 1 year.
Turn Nigeria to Dubai.
I'm telling you.
Mr. Prince, thank you very much. I want to thank you very much for what you're saying here. Yes. And I appreciate you very much. But the word competence mentioned by Maman Daura is not a bad word. And I just noticed that it's a clash of what we call professionalism. If you are competent, you mentioned that word. If you're not, you know. So I don't see competency in the nomenclature. Yeah, it should be zoning in the first place. At the critical moment when we are rotating power, and the fact that the Southeast hasn't even gotten the presidency properly, it is not time to also mention competence. Yes. Even if you mention competent or competence, the Southeast are more than enough.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Is it Biafra restructuring, or is presidency that the Southeast want? Tell me.
You see, we
have just 10 minutes around.
We are not calling to leave this country. We are calling to build this country. We are looking at presidency. The people who are calling to break away from this country, I am not among them. And I cannot represent those who are calling that. And I cannot represent those who are, interested in those who are calling that. What I'm saying that to be united in this one Nigeria,
yes,
we can make Nigeria,
yes,
come back as a giant of Africa,
yes,
and make investments,
yes,
especially foreigners, to get back to this country. Because let me tell you, they are very, very well calm, receptive, that is very, very comfortable and confident to do businesses where they see that people who are industrialized, who are the industrial nature, they want to do business with.
Yes, thank you very much.
And Nigeria will come to that when a leader,
yes,
from the Southeast,
yes,
becomes the president 2023.
Yes.
Let me tell you, the structuring as we are talking about,
yeah,
in every zone, let me
yes,
tell you, it's just that the people with brains are not put in leadership, especially in the area, strategy, ideas, and the offices. They are not put there for them to bring up solutions to certain problems of some zones. In the north, there are a lot of things that will be done, my brother. If I bring them all out here, it will marvel Nigerians. We cannot say all these things all out here.
So
but let me tell you, we will make the north
presidency or restructuring, or it is Biafra you want?
It is presidency. And it is from presidency that will get this restructuring. And let me tell you, there is one thing that is really causing a lot of trouble in this country.
Yes.
If we don't look at the constitution of this Federal Republic of Nigeria, both our children and the yet unborn children,
yes,
they will never spare and be merciful to us.
Thank you.
We don't want to break this country. What we need to do is to build this country. And we want this country to remain united.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prince.
Yes.
Thank you. On a final note,
yes,
we're going to close now.
Yes.
But everybody believes that bringing Igbos together is a very difficult task.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, providing a united front. Because you Igbos, or you the Southeast geographical location, geopolitical zone,
Yes,
are seen as very Republican, standing on your own.
Yeah, we are
you believe in your
Republicans
money.
Yes.
Anywhere you go, you want to take over,
Yes,
and you believe in your money, and that is all. Is it possible that, because from the interaction, it's difficult to say that Igbos are going to come together? How are you going to achieve
I want to tell
this
you,
mobilization and getting candidates, and then will you be actually?
Peggy,
is it possible to bring people together as Republican as you are?
Peggy, it's a very simple thing. It's
Yes.
a very simple solution. When we get to the bridge, we'll cross them. Let me tell you,
Yes.
it's not everybody that makes the noise that has anything in his cupboard. You see, the people, especially empty vessels, they come make noise and they have nothing to offer.
They celebrate.
But
They
celebrate before the acts or the issues come to table.
Yeah.
You don't need any business-minded and a very serious person can never put his celebration in front before actualizing it. It is wrong. So I am saying that what has to do in the Southeast,
Yes.
all the leaders of Southeast definitely will come to a particular stage. Let me tell you, this thing is gradually coming to a stage where it is not their decisions, leaders. No. It is the collective decisions of Nigerians
And what they want.
And then the Southeasterners and the Igbos, both here and abroad. Let me tell you, this is not the time
They would
that
deploy
a certain governor or who had been, or one governor who is somewhere saying that it is us, or they need leadership, or they want to do. Let them come out to the square, and if they don't see that their legs are broken, this is not.
You are the activist. Thank you very much, the Prince.
We're not going to take that chance.
And we're going to make sure that
we're going to make sure that we get presidency, and the moment the youths and the people
and turn
in the
Nigeria,
strategy team are brought together to decide on who nobody is going to
Nigeria into Dubai.
We must turn Nigeria into Dubai in the next 1 year.
Thank you very much, Prince. It's been wonderful talking with you. Thank you very much. All right, we have been talking to Prince Benedict Onyewenyi, a political activist who stops at nothing to get things done. He wants power to shift down south. This is where we end the program on this episode of the Patriot on Television Nigerian. I am Peggy, your regular host, and many thanks for watching.